I'm good. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm doing a pedal demo for you today, and it's actually pretty cool. I have a little bit of help with my videos now, so this might actually enable me to do them a little more often. I know I haven't been posting as regularly as I should have, but it's been busy, and you know, I'm just not one of those once a week YouTube people. I'm very sorry about that. But I do want to show you this very cool pedal that came out, which is the Strymon EC-1. It is a tape delay pedal, and it is based off of an Echoplex 2. I don't know the difference really between an Echoplex 1, 2, or 3, or how many there ever really were. I think it stopped at 3. I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. What matters is, does the pedal sound good, and does it do what you need it to do? So this is kind of the baby brother to the El Capistan, but it lacks some of the key features of the El Capistan. Very pedalboard friendly, you get a lot in a small package, but I think as far as a delay pedal goes, this can meet the needs of a lot of people. I really like how it sounds, and I'm just going to say, before we hop into the demo, it's not going to replace my El Capistan by any stretch. That is my favorite guitar pedal of all time, so it's not going to do that, but it's pretty damn good, and it will probably live on my board at least part-time, if not full-time, because it's a great sounding delay. So I'm going to quickly show you the controls, and I'm going to show you some of the deeper features, but again, we're not going to do a deep dive on this thing. Because if we do, it's going to be, it'll be basically like a 6-hour video just showing you even all the like hidden features. That's a lot. So anyway, what we're going to do is dive in real quick. I want to mention that my signal chain is very straightforward and very minimal, because I want you to hear the delay. I want you to hear the tone of the delay in the repeats. Okay, let's jump into the controls. Some of these are really obvious, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on them. The time knob is pretty obvious. It goes from 50 milliseconds to 1 second. So here's the 50 milliseconds. Let me try to get this so you can really hear it well. And then all the way up to 1 second is the longest. Now the mix knob is also pretty obvious. That goes from full dry to full wet. So full dry would be thusly. Full wet. Okay, so record level is pretty important on this pedal. So this sets how much gain is fed into the, quote, recording head of the delay. So when it's set for low, it's considered unity. Medium is 6 dB extra like boost into the, or gain into the record head, and then high is 12. So what happens is, as you turn that up, your repeats are going to be more saturated. So let me let you hear the difference in the repeats. I'm actually going to go full mix for this, and I have all the other shit turned off so you can hear it as clearly as possible. So that is low unity gain, right? Low setting unity gain. So let's go to the medium, which is 6 dB of gain. And then high is 12 dB of gain. Okay, I'm gonna let you hear it one more time. Low. Now, there's one thing I want to point out, and that is the mix knob gets kind of weird depending on which, not weird, but it changes a little bit depending on which setting you have it on. So for example, When you have it on low and you have the mix knob here at 3 o'clock, you're about at 50-50 as far as mix goes. But listen when you say turn it up to high and the mix is there. So as you can hear, that is no longer 50-50. It's different. And what I found is that, and this is very approximate, but when you have it on low, 3 o'clock's 50-50. When you have it on medium, maybe somewhere like, 130. And then at high, I think at about noon is actually pretty close to unity. And the reason it's important to know that is if you're changing that like mid-song, what's going to happen is your repeats are suddenly going to change how loud they are. Now, the tape age controls tape bandwidth. So the concept is that if you have a tape delay and you have a tape in it, the more you use it, the more the bandwidth is reduced. And so that means as it's reduced, the high frequencies are going to be diminished. It's going to give you that dark tape sound. So the higher you turn the tape age button, the more aged the tape is. Okay, so let's hear this. I have the mix knob set to full, so you can just really hear how it changes as you turn that knob. Okay, so the mechanics knob. Think of this knob as something that controls like how poorly you're maintaining your tape delay. And by the way, when I say poorly, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So when you don't maintain your tape delay, apparently it starts building up friction and creases and splices and contaminants and things like that, right? Well, that will give it character. That'll give it these glitches and little irregularities and things like that. And I like that kind of thing, and I think a lot of people like that kind of thing. That's one of the elements of music that makes it sound human, So if you've listened to any horrible AI music, or if you have listened to overly produced pop music and you have been turned off by it, that might be one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons I'm turned off by things like that, is it sounds too perfect, and then it sounds inhuman, and it's without soul and character. So the mechanics knob on this increases the amount of irregularity. So let me let you hear what that sounds like. Now the Footswitch has several functions, but the main one we're going to talk about is tap tempo, which is very important. Pretty straightforward, and I'm pretty sure this is also very similar to how you do it on the Brig. But anyway, hold down the Footswitch for 1 second. You're going to see the light start flashing blue. Now you can tap in your tempo. So that's my current tempo. Let's make it fast. And then to exit, hold down the button. It's not blinking blue anymore. Boom, you're out of tap tempo mode. One quick thing I want to mention, when you're in tap tempo mode, so we're in it now, and that's the current one we had tapped. Well, you can change the subdivisions by turning this while you're in that mode. So let's do something slower. This pedal has many, many settings, and I'm not going to cover everything here because that would be a 6-hour-long video. But I do want to cover the preamp in the pedal because it's a very, very interesting feature. Now, there's 2 possible preamp models in this pedal that you can select, or you can turn it off entirely, so whatever you want. And how you get to them is thusly. You hold down this button, and within 1 second, you have to start turning that repeats knob. So once you turn it, you can choose from 3 colors. So I did it wrong. Let's try it again. So boom. Okay. So red, amber, and green. Green, amber, red. Red is no preamp. Amber is the default preamp, and green is the non-default preamp. Now, the difference between amber and green is as follows. Amber is a warm, balanced response that's based on this modded preamp circuit in this Echoplex 2 that Strymon modeled this pedal off of, and it was modded by a gentleman named Cesar Diaz. The green preamp is, I think, more the like stock preamp in an EP2, so it's got this kind of enhanced high end, and it will brighten up your signal. Okay, let's go amber, which is the modded one, and this is the default one. Okay, let's check out the greenie. This is the non-default one that has like enhanced high end. Okay, let me let you play a loop, or let me play. How about if I play you a loop instead of you playing me a loop, and we will listen to these. That's pretty good. One last thing I wanted to mention about the preamp is you can add a boost to it. So if you Press and hold the on foot switch, and within 1 second, you turn that mix knob. While you're holding the foot switch, you can adjust the boost level from 0 dB to 6 dB at the maximum. And then you release the on foot switch once you've made that change. All right, so that is the EC-1. Really quickly, I want to mention that I do not receive any pedals or any actual, I get nothing, like Strymon's never sent me even so much as an email or a text message or anything. So I buy these pedals myself. These opinions are all mine. And I'm gonna say I really like this pedal. You know, again, is it gonna kick the El Capistan off my board? No, it's not at all. The El Capistan has that built-in spring reverb. The El Capistan has the looper, like the sound on sound looper. Again, best looper of all time, in my opinion, at least for me. But I don't think, given the price is different, that it's really a direct comparison to that delay anyway. I think it's more of a kind of, you know, do you get this or do you get the break? I think that's really more the question, you know, that I would be asking if I was in the market for a delay pedal right now. And my budget was that amount. But I mean, even if your budget's higher, I feel like the EC-1 sounds really good. That dark kind of warbly tone that you can get out of it, that just is very playable and very musical in my opinion. So it's good. And it's actually almost tricky because now, you know, I want to keep the pedals I have on my board on there because I'm pretty happy with what I have going right now. And now I have this need to, like, you know, to put this thing on there and swap something out. So I'm going through this kind of mental hardship of having too many pedals that I like. I guess that's a very easy, good problem to have, but still, I'm trying to think of what I'm going to replace it with. So we'll figure that out. But yeah, EC-1, it's a great pedal. It's really good. If you want to help support the channel, I came out with this EP thing here recently, and if that would be the best way to support the channel is if you bought a copy of the EP. It's $4. Links in the description. If you can't afford $4 and you want it, just send me a DM or an email or something, and I will send you a code to have a free one because I'd rather you heard the music than not. So that's it. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.